You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, let's talk about track meet killer Karmelo Anthony. Things are not going good for him whatsoever, man. And I believe his woke handler, Dominic Alexander, needs to take a lot of blame. Dominic Alexander has been race baiting. He's been talking about a whole bunch of things, but yet this man hasn't given one reason why Karmelo Anthony is innocent. Because I truly do believe, guys, that Dominic Alexander, the race hustler who calls himself a minister, doesn't believe that Karmelo Anthony is innocent. Karmelo Anthony, at a track meet, killed Austin Metcalf in cold blood. And all of the evidence that we know about so far confirms that. There's been no evidence whatsoever that Karmelo Anthony was actually acting in self-defense. There has been zero evidence, folks. He raised over $540,000. And then we find out he actually applied to get a court-appointed attorney despite raising all that money. Yeah, people got duped. And that money is drying up. He applied for a court-appointed attorney, folks, and it was granted. And guess what? Dominic Alexander, man, he is freaking out. He's losing it on that report that Karmelo Anthony got approved for that indigent over there, however you pronounce it. I don't even know. Because he's broke. What happened to the money? A lot of people want to know what happened to the money. But Dominic Alexander is losing it, folks. He is losing it right now. And he's going out there and he's playing the race card again. Let's go ahead and get into it. So right over here on X, guys, he completely lost it. He put this long post right here yesterday. And he's getting ratio, folks. Only 20 likes to 226 comments. This is what he said right here. Stop spreading lies. Let's set the record straight. The amount of wild and false information being spread across social media is completely out of control. Karmelo Anthony did not submit a request for a court-appointed attorney. This is a flat-out lie. When a case is indicted in Collin County, the court system automatically generates an indigent defense form. This happens for everyone, regardless of whether they already have a private attorney. It's a standard system process. Attorney Mike Howard remains in constant communication with the Collin County DA's office and is still actively on the case. We don't know who started this ridiculous rumor, but it's clear right-wing journalists and social media influencers are intentionally spreading lies to confuse the public, create chaos, and attack his family. These false narratives are being used for clickbait, clout, and white supremacist agenda. Please don't fall for it. This is not journalism, it's manipulation. We are not litigating this case on social media. He's been doing this the whole time. We are not responding to every video or post. We are not going to play into their trap. This case will be tried in a court of law, not in a court of public opinion. We continue to fight for justice, truth, and a fair trial for Karmelo Anthony. Don't let lies distract you from that. Hashtag justice for Karmelo. Hashtag people power. Hashtag NGAN. Hashtag stop the lies. And this man's getting destroyed for this, man. He's blaming white supremacy. Yeah, that's the only reason why he's actually on his case, man, to race bait. And I'm pretty sure out of the money that was raised, he probably got a pretty penny right here. I mean, Karmelo Anthony's give, send, go is failing, guys. He's only up to $543,000. That is it. And by the way, I actually went over here to Google's AI, and I did ask, is a defendant automatically applied for a court-appointed attorney in Collin County? Now, Dominic Alexander says yes. But look here. The AI for Google says no. A defendant in Collin County is not automatically applied for the indigent attorney program. You need to actively request a court-appointed attorney. So Dominic Alexander lied. And I even looked over here, man, requesting an attorney right here. This is on the website right here talking about this. It says a defense attorney is not assigned automatically. You will need to ask the court to appoint one for you. You'll need to fill out a written application and show evidence that you can't afford to pay for a lawyer. It is recommended to ask for a court-appointed lawyer as soon as possible. You can ask for an application from the magistrate, jailer, court clerk, or judge. Yeah, this man lied. He flat out lied. Now, Sarah Fields, man, who has been covering Karmelo Anthony's in his legal woes here, responded to Minister Dominic Alexander. She says, false. This is not automatic. To request court-appointed counsel, the defendant needs to demonstrate to the court that they are indigent, unable to afford legal representation. This typically involves completing and submitting a form detailing the individual's income, expenses, and property, Karmelo Anthony's. These forms may be obtained from the local county's website, the Texas Indigent Defense Commission's website, or directly from the court. The defense must request it, submit paperwork, and the approval process begins. Yeah, sounds a lot like Google's AI. And she goes on, she says, yes, for now, Mike Howard is his defense, and as listed on his court documents. This will not stop him from moving to an assigned attorney later on. Yeah, we have a long time to the trial, guys. Furthermore, because Karmelo Anthony was approved for indigent defense, it's likely he will not receive a salaried public defender, but instead a private attorney who volunteered or will be appointed and will be paid by the county using taxpayer funds. It could actually be Mike Howard. Yeah. So Mike Howard could actually drop off as his paid attorney and become his court-appointed attorney. Yeah. In places like Collin County, this kind of defense is common practice. Private attorneys can request payment either as a flat fee or hourly, around $100 an hour in court and $75 an hour out of court with court approval. Don't mess with me. You're messing with the wrong journalist who actually understands how this works and does the research. Till next time, Dominic. Yeah, the woke handler, man, getting destroyed. And he should be, man. Karmelo Anthony is in a world of trouble, man. A world of trouble. And out of that $540,000, I'm wondering what percentage actually went to him. Why did they even hire this guy in the first place, man? He's not an attorney. He's actually a convicted criminal. They paid him, I guess, basically to raise bait. And nothing more, man. He is doing so much damage to that young man. So much damage. Actually, Karmelo Anthony is the one that really put himself in this situation. Remember, he brought a knife to a track meet and killed Austin Metcalf in cold blood. He's not even alleged. Remember, he said, I'm not alleged. I did it. He admitted to doing it, folks. But man, gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.